I had a couple of questions. I was going through legislation and I seen that you had a Senate bill, SB 760, the critical incident bill.
Yes.
Can you break that down and why is it actually important? What's going on with this?
Well, so the critical incident bill is very important because what we did was we met with law enforcement officers first. That's how it all started. And what I noticed was law enforcement officers see the worst of the world every day and never have to do what we call a mental evaluation or a mental health check. And so the only time they're really required to do mental or psychological evaluations is when they're applying for the job. We need someone for our law enforcement officers to be able to talk to about the things they see on a daily basis.
Well, now I'm confused. You're a Democrat, right?
Yes.
I thought Democrats are supposed to be anti-law enforcement. This sounds like this is actually a public safety bill all the way around. How are you a Democrat with a safety bill for law enforcement and firefighters?
Well, the thing about it, I think like this. A healthy first responders makes a healthy community. And we want our first responders mentally sound when they're engaging with the community. And this helps them. I had an officer who was in my office, and he had broke down because he had showed up to a scene of an accident and the kids were burnt up in the car. And he wasn't able to process that and had been unable to sleep and really couldn't talk to people about it because you don't want to give other people that horror that you just saw. And so we set it up where with the critical incident program where they can do a mental health check. That can be where they can sit around with a group of retired officers and be able to talk about the things that they see and how those officers handled it on the job. And they just turn that in and say we had a mental health. Or they can go talk to a professional. We just wanted them to be able to do something without it being punitive because they need help too. Mental health is a serious thing. And so with this bill, we're just adding the firefighters to the same bill. We raised the money. Well, we actually got it where you can donate money to the fund. The Critical Incident Management Fund under the Public Safety Department. You can actually donate to the fund, but we put the first $500,000 in there when we set up the fund, and the governor funded it the next year.
Cool. Is there any opposition, or you need any help getting it done, or you think this will be something that should move through the process fairly simple?
I think it's going to move through the process simply because people care about our law enforcement arms. Contrary to popular belief, we care because when people pick up and call law enforcement, they call law enforcement. I mean, when something has happened, they call them.
So you ain't calling the ice cream truck when the cat got a gun outside?
You ain't calling the ice cream truck. When you're in danger or you injured or you need help, you're calling our first responders. So we cannot forget that our first responders also need help.
And I think this is a good bill. And again, for people that was watching, that's Senate Bill 760, and we encourage you to contact the Capitol.